Welcome back to another live stream, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good weekend. Happy Saturday. Today, we're going to be going over what is democratic socialism. We are on the official DSA website, and I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, this is just like Project 2025. Project 2025 was not endorsed by any political candidates. It wasn't endorsed by Donald Trump. It wasn't endorsed by anybody. Project 2025 was made by the Heritage Foundation, the same people that gave Obama Obamacare. Okay? So, that's that. It's nothing similar. This is straight endorsement. AOC endorses this website. Multiple Democrat socialists endorse this website. Every single one of them endorses this website. And it is pure evil. There's nothing about it that you can say that isn't pure evil. It's 100% pure evil. But I hope everyone's having a good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're coming from, what city or what state you're coming from. But yeah, we're gonna be going over this when we get a little bit more people in here. That's gonna be some fun stuff to go over with you guys. We got 5 people in here already. Drop a comment. Let me know who's watching. Drop a comment. Let me know who's watching. Here, let's actually do something really quickly before we get into this. Here, let me turn that off for 2 seconds. Hey, good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. How you doing? How's everybody doing out there? I just gotta do something in my video management really real fast, and then we're gonna get into this, I promise. But drop me a comment. Let me know who's tuning in, because this is gonna be a big thing. I'm just trying to turn off the ads on this video so you guys don't get hit with any ads. Okay, here. Turn off the ads. Okay. Now I can go back to what I was showing you guys. We're going to be looking over the Democrat Socialist website. Hopefully you guys can all see that loud and hear me loud and clear. How's it sounding, everyone? Is it good? Let's go ahead and pull this open, because everyone out there really has to take a look at this. This is really the pure evils. Now, this is even going beyond the evils I knew the Democrat Socialists to be. Because I knew they were pretty bad people, but I didn't realize they had a website that was sending this much of destructive messages. But here, let's share this out to a couple people in the Discord. Hopefully we can get you guys in here. Hopefully we can get you guys in here. You're going to make a snowflake melt today? Likely. They are the second butt cheek of communism. Oh, I agree with you on that 100%. They are communists. Look, it says capitalism right here. This is the first part we're going to look at. This is the very first thing we're going to go on to. See, about us, the very first page they give is, what is democratic socialism? They say, what is democratic socialism? Okay, that's where we're going to start. Capitalism is a system designed by the owning class to exploit the rest of us for their own profit. No, it's not. If you want to own a part of the business, if you want to have the means of productions as a worker, you can have that in capitalism. That's the best part. They're claiming that capitalism is only to exploit the worker. What about co-ops? What about business partners? It is possible for you to get a piece of ownership in a company, especially if you start working for a small company that gives out stocks or stuff like that. You're part of the ownership. You are part of the ownership. And they claim here we must replace it with democratic socialism. It's a system where ordinary people have a real voice in our working places. No, you don't. The ordinary people have a better voice in a democracy. This is unrelated to socialism. We believe that there are many avenues that feed into the democratic road to socialism. Our vision furthers that the historical social democracy leaves behind authoritarian visions of socialism. Are they trying to tell me that throughout American history that there was authoritarian visions of socialism in the future for America? I mean, authoritarianism is fascism. It's one of the key components of fascism. So if they're advocating for authoritarianism and at the same time calling Trump a dictator and authoritarian and all this stuff and a fascist, then that's kind of ironic, because Authoritarianism is fascism. We want a democracy that creates a space for us all to flourish. Every single time there has been a socialist leader, it's ended with dictatorship or authoritarianism. Not just survive and answer the fundamental questions of our lives with the input of all, we want to collectively own the key economic drivers that dominate our lives. Why should these idiots own the key economic drivers that dominate our lives? Does Joe Blow down the street understand how to operate a bank? Does Joe Blow from down the street understand how to run a restaurant? Does the guy that just started flipping burgers at McDonald's understand how to own McDonald's? Does he understand how to open up a McDonald's and run a McDonald's? No, he doesn't. This is another reason why socialism is a cancer. Because when these weirdos that know nothing about anything seize the means of production, they're going to cause these businesses to collapse and they're going to fail. That's another reason it's a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. Such as energy production and transportation. What does the average guy know about energy production and transportation? And if we socialize our energy production, if we nationalize our energy production, that's going to have a major negative impact because we know, as you know, every single business that is privately owned is better at doing what they do, more efficient, more responsible with their money. They're better at doing it than the government businesses. Healthcare is a perfect example. Even look at countries that have single-payer healthcare options. They have single-payer healthcare options, but people go for private insurance. The middle and upper class in these countries always get the private health insurance. You want to know why? Because the private healthcare facilities do a better job. They do a better job at this. That is why. That is 100% why. But get those likes up, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like if you're new to the channel. But yeah, that's exactly why. We want multiracial working class. We already have that. We already have that. United and solitary instead of divided by fear. What fear do they have? What fear do black people have in the job market? What fear do brown people have in the job market? It makes no damn sense. We want to win radical reforms like single Medicare for all. Okay, that's not going to work. That's going to add $4 trillion to our deficit. Even if we tax Elon Musk and every single billionaire at 100% and take every single dollar they own, that's only going to pay for healthcare for about a year and 6 months. So no, that's never going to happen unless we tax everyone up to 60%, even the people that are making $400 and $500. I mean, no, sorry. Let me say it. We're going to have to tax everyone up to 60%, even if your paychecks, even if you're the middle class, or you're like lower middle class or you're poor, you're working at McDonald's, you're still going to have to pay an enormous amount of tax just to pay for Medicare for all. It's not going to happen. It's not physically possible. There's a congressional budget office that has ran the numbers on this. It would add a $4 to $7 trillion deficit. $4 to $7 trillion deficit it would add. Defunding the police? Defunding the police. How are they going to defund the police? Who is going to protect you, Democrats, socialists? Who is going to protect you when you get robbed and beaten, or your mother or your sister gets raped and abused? Who are you going to call? If we don't have police, who are we going to call? Who are we going to call? The Green Deal was terrible. And more as a transition to a freer, more just life. First off, I don't think this is grammatically correct. Second off, I don't even know what the fuck that means. We want a democracy powered by everyday people. That's called a direct democracy. That would be advocating for a direct. If you really want a democracy that's more powered by everyday people, then you would advocate for something like more of a direct democracy. You wouldn't advocate for socialism or communism. The capitalist class tells us we are powerless. No, we don't. We tell you that you can improve your life just by working hard and possibly opening a business or possibly having a passion or just working, an everyday job and making some money for your family. But we take back control together. How are you going to take control of businesses that you have no understanding of how they operate? I mean, this website is just disgusting. Just disgusting. That's just the first part of it. That is just let's see the leadership structure. How would they do the leadership structure? Oh, this is getting complicated now. DSA's primary political leadership is the National Political Committee, a 25-person body that functions as a board of directors. Okay, here we go with an oligarchy. So if we let these people get in power, they're going to run it with a 25-person body that's going to literally control every single thing. But thank you guys for those gifts, by the way. I appreciate it. Every DSA chapter is entitled to send a certain number of delegates to the National Chamber based upon the size. There's also a large delegates to represent areas where there are no active chapters. Let's see, contributions. Oof. What does this say? The DSA Constitution requires that no more than half of the MPC members shall be men. Okay, so they're also sexist. They're also literally sexist. They don't want to promote people into positions based on their capabilities. They are literally doing it based on gender. So they quite literally are sexist. Let's see what else we got here. The board of directors of the DSA is elected every 2 years by the delegates to the DSA convention. Every DSA chapter is entitled to a certain number of delegates to the national convention based upon the chapter size. Okay, so they're basically trying to get rid of our constitution. They even have in their own words, they want to make their own constitution. Look, the DSA Constitution, there should be no DSA Constitution. We have the American Constitution. Fuck your DSA Constitution. Requires that no more than half of the MPC shall be men and at least 20% of the slots reserved for people of color. So here we go again. This is DEI practices. This has nothing, this is literally DEI practices. This has nothing to do with capability. What's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? We're going over the DSA webpage right now and what the Democrat Socialist Party wants. Gives the MPC the power. See, they're literally doing this all based on color. See, they want to make sure at least 20% of the Democrat Socialists are black that are in office and power. And they want to make sure at least half of them are women. That is bigotry. That is true discrimination, and that is true bigotry. And that is true segregation. Let's see. This is all just crap right here. Let's see. What else do we got going on? And another thing you'll notice is a lot of these names are Muslims. Abdul, Ahmed, let's see what else. Kareem, that's a Muslim name. I mean, there's a couple Muslims on there, which is very, very interesting because I don't know why all these Muslims seem to be getting into the DSA. But here, let's go to the DSA Constitution. So they want to make their own constitution and rip apart America. That is truly disgusting. Truly disgusting. Get those likes way, way, way up there. I don't care about the total percentage of male versus female or black versus white. Why can't we just hire people based on how good at the job they are? Why can't we just hire people based on merit? Merit-based hiring. I don't believe in race-based hiring. I don't believe in sex-based hiring. Merit-based hiring. Let's see, the Constitution. The name of this organization shall be the Democrat Socialists of America and a not-for-profit corporation. Okay, we already know nonprofits can pay their employees like $120,000 a year. So that really means nothing. But, okay, so they have a whole constitution. Let's see. Article 2, we are socialists because we reject an economic order based on private profit. Okay, so right there they tell you they do not want you to have any private businesses, make any private money. I mean, alienated labor, gross inequalities of wealth, so they want to steal everyone's money. Everyone's money that has money, gross inequality of wealth. So basically we have to make everyone poor so there's no inequality. Doesn't that sound fantastic? We got to make everyone poor. That way There's no inequality. That sounds like a fantastic world for the lazy Democrat socialist loser. Hey, I did roast that guy from last night. I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit. I'm echoing. How bad is the echo here? Let me turn it down. Is it bad, guys? Can you hear me or no? Here, let me turn on the. Let's see. Let me check everything. Where am I echoing at? I shouldn't be echoing. Testing, testing. Is it echoing or no? Let me know, chat. Hopefully it sounds good. Let me know if it's still echoing or not. I don't hear an echo on my end. Here, I can check though. Testing, testing, testing. Nope, there's no echo on my end. No echo for me. Let's see. Discrimination based on gender, race, sexual orientation, disability, status, age, religion, national origin, brutal violence, and defense for the status quo. So we are socialists because we share a vision of human social order based on popular control of resources and production. What do you mean popular control of resources and production? Economic planning and feminism. 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 Okay, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. Feminism is a cancer to society. It's not at all what it means at all. Utilitarianism is feminism. And obviously, men and women are not equal. Women are better at some things than men, and men are better at some things than women. So obviously, utilitarianism is just a false, fake narrative that's non-existent. And non-oppressive relationships, hiring, telling us that only 50% of your workers can be men is oppression. That's an oppressive relationship. We are socialists because we are developing a concrete strategy for archiving the vision. What vision? A vision of destruction? You're describing socialism that's killed over 100 million people before. What's the vision? I don't see the vision. Here, let's turn my volume back up. I don't see the vision, but get those likes up, way, way up. If you guys want to show some love, drop some super chats, drop some memberships, drop some gifts if you have any questions or comments, but we're going to continue to go ahead and read through this. Let me take a sip of my drink, though. We are socialists because we share a vision of human social order based on popular control. Okay, we already read that. We are socialists because we read that too. We believe that such a strategy must acknowledge the class structure of America and society, that this class structure means that there is no basic conflict of interest between those sectors with enormous economic power and the vast majority of the population. There's not going to be any economic power for the vast majority of the population. If socialism actually exists, that means you're going to need the majority of people to agree with you. And everyone's going to have, let's see. Members shall be open to every person who subscribes to the principles of the organization. An individual shall apply to be a member following the procedure of the prescribed by the bylaws. Application for a membership shall be made to the chapter or national organization. Members are in good standing provided that they pay dues. So they're already trying to steal your money. You can't even call yourself a Democrat socialist unless you pay them money and stop the wealth inequality. Okay, that's nice. Applicants who have been accepted by the national organization shall otherwise request by the applicant become members of the chapter in the area in which they reside. Well, I don't think these are all around the country, luckily or not. But their constitution just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it's crazy. These Democrat socialists are evil fucking people. Evil, evil people. They're trying to make their own constitution to replace our constitution. I mean, what else is this? Look, what else is this? Why do they have a whole constitution? If they aren't trying to get rid of our constitution, what else is this? Literally, what else is this? The MPC shall hire no more than 2 national directors. Oh, that's interesting. It's like a college student made this website. Likely. But let's see what else we can find on here. I'm kind of over with their constitution. It's trash. Let's see. Code of conduct? Code of conduct. Mind you, AOC literally promotes this website and she's a big fan of it. DSA harassment policy. Let's see. Training for chapters. They got training. They got annual reports. I wonder what their annual reports say. Should we crack open one of them? Let's see. News. Should we see the news? Here, let's check out their news section. Oh, socialism is a cancer. They really do want to seize the means of productions. This website tells me that. Democrats want to steal all your private businesses. Let's see. Do we have anything else here that we want to take a look in maybe? National Labor Commission, Green New Deal, Housing Justice Commission. Oh, I'm interested in this shit. What do they want to do for housing? Let me guess. Rent freezes. The Housing Justice Commission coordinates national and regional campaigns for attendance housing policies. What are their housing policies? What are their housing policies? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, the 4 principles of social housing. I don't see the 4 principles. Maybe down here. They want our taxes to go up to 60, 70%. Why the hell is it in Spanish? Let's see. Oof. 74 DSA chapters. That is horrible. That is absolutely cancerous. Let's see where they're located at. Oh, Chicago, Jersey, Greater Austin, Honolulu, Tampa. Oh, please no. Please no. That is terrible. I mean, even their images, they look like communist stuff. Even their images look completely communist to me, if you ask me. Completely communist. People are going out of business. Who's going out of business? Who specifically? Who's lying about what? I mean, this stuff is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Cancerous stuff. I mean, I'm just wondering what their thoughts are on housing. It doesn't seem like it's really find much. Doesn't seem like I can really find too much on there, but let's see. Let's see what else we can find going on. Green New Deal, oof. Democrat Socialism of America is organizing local chapters, organized with building trades for social housing. Okay, so they want more social housing then. They want a bunch of free housing. Give your 1% for the 99%. Yeah, that 1% is going to go up to 60% if these people ever get in the presidency. What is bro drinking? Pineapple juice. Pineapple smoothie. It is just people spewing bullshit and making themselves look like morons. But I don't understand how it can be so popular. I really don't understand that. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Yeah, pretty much that's it. I mean, just reading this entire page just lets you know how cancerous their ideals are. They want to seize the means of productions, they want to steal your money, and they want to steal your business. And they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn if your family's going to starve or not. They'll put you in public housing in a 1-bedroom studio. That's exactly what they would want. Get those likes up there, guys. Get those likes up there. I love how many of these pro-Pally idiots we got coming into the chat. Looks like it's sponsored by GoDaddy. Yeah, like I said, it looks like a college student made this website. It looks like a college student made this website, to be honest. Absolute buffoonery. True buffoonery. Maybe we'll get Dustly in here. Yeah, we'll probably get Dustly in here. We'll probably restart the stream and get Dustly in here. But, yeah. One in chat if you guys want me to get Dustly in here. One in chat. I like the fact that everyone that's hating on the Zionists is broke and struggling. That's really funny to me. That's my favorite part. That is my favorite part. Well, here, let's go ahead and restart the stream. We'll get our new guest on here. We'll talk shit back and forth. Well, not our new guest in here, our current guest. Oh, he's at a bar. Okay, well. Then I don't know what to say. Wasted time here? I'm here to teach you why this shit is so cancerous. If you actually advocate, I don't even live in Tennessee, nor do I live in a trailer, but that's hilarious. Democrats can't even afford their rent for their one-bedroom studio. Hey, I love you guys, man. I love you guys. You guys are great. Shout out the chats. Shout outs the chats. I'm 25 and I've never seen an old man so broke and stupid as you. That's honestly sad, Doug. Look at your profile picture. Does that look like a man that's doing well? Does this look like a man that did well in life? Hate to be the dick bag, but does this guy look like the guy that's doing well in life? Van man. So you literally live in a van. Okay, nice. Nice to know the people that are making fun of me are living in vans. I hope your situation gets better. I'll pray for you, sir. I'll pray for you, man. I'll pray for you, brother. I'll pray for you, man, because when I'm 70, I don't want to live in a van. I do not want to live in a van. Do you think there's Trumpism? What the hell is Trumpism? Is Trumpism Trump derangement syndrome? Is Trumpism Trump derangement syndrome? All these people, they all love free Palestine. They don't even know what apartheid is. People screaming apartheid, this is a new buzzword. Before you go around saying apartheid this, apartheid that, make sure you actually know what that word even means. Or make sure that you're ready to actually pull up the definition of it at least. Here, we're going to try to pull Dustly into here. We'll see if we can pull him into here. This will just be a test run. This won't be the actual thing. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. We'll try to pull our buddy in here. Do you think Trump started an ideology that is different than republicanism? What the hell is republicanism? You can't just put ism at the end of the thing and make it a word. I know you have the ism, but you can't just do that randomly. That's not how that works. But here, guys, we're going to leave the live stream. We're going to rejoin, and you guys can hop back in here. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, share.